Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Vogue line. I am back this week with a new video for you all. This week we are doing the new sewing pattern releases for July, so this is where I pick a selection of my favourite releases from the last month and talk you through them. There is also a blog post which I'll pop a link to down below so you can go and look at everything, because as usual there are like 40 or 50 releases each month, almost impossible to keep up with them, I'm sure you guys find. So yeah, I picked my favourite and then I'm going to pop a link with all the rest of the releases for this month. So let's get started. First things first, it's a little bit of a curveball. It's almost like not an announcement, but just to let you know, we're now selling Vogue patterns on the site, which is really exciting. It's been something that's taken a long time to get kind of sorted and fixed and working and all the rest of it and getting the stock. But yes, we now stock Vogue patterns. So I very rarely talk about the big commercial 4, but I want to talk about one of them because it's so amazing and it's one part of their new releases. So this is the Vogue oh gosh, this is the only thing about these. 1627. It's designed by Zara Rhodes for Vogue and it's just amazing. I mean, I just really want someone to make this. I was looking for the hashtag on Instagram yesterday and to see if anyone had made it yet, but they haven't because it's just been released. And please can someone make this because it's amazing. So features of the pattern are it's quite a simple sort of caftan shape with quite oversized sleeves. It's got this interesting seam line you'll see from the line drawing that goes sort of just above the bust all the way round into the armhole. I think looking at it kind of close up, I'm assuming this is so that if you wanted to use a sheer fabric, you could use that for the sleeves, but it means that you can kind of have a bit of modesty over your bust, which is always handy. It has a sort of gathered waist with a big tie at the front. I think it looks almost in the line drawing like it's an elasticated waist and the bow kind of goes, the big tie goes over the top, but actually relatively simple. The only thing is that you're going to need a lot of fabric. So this comes in sizes, UK sizes 4 to 18. Do check the size charts with these because they are, well actually you should check the size charts with all of them. Yeah, I just think it's blooming amazing. So I popped this up on Instagram last night and this is a slight diversion, but it was too good not to say. So I put it up on Instagram and said, who's going to make this? And someone made the most amazing comment. She said, so I asked who's going to make this dress, and she said it's a lady called Kristen Makes Stuff, and she said, this dress in black is what I would wear when answering the door to the cops after my wealthy husband died under mysterious circumstances. And there were loads of other comments, really hilarious comments underneath, but I thought that was just so funny because that is exactly what this dress is. Yeah, I think it's amazing. And yeah, you can buy it from us if you want to. Right, so next up we've got the olive jumpsuit from Untitled Thoughts. This comes in sizes 6 to 32. I put this in because I really love the shape of it, but also it's actually a relatively simple make. So it comes with 3 different options. It comes with a short version, a sort of peg leg shape, and then a straighter flared leg. And the bodice the bodice front is the same on all styles, but the back has either a really low back or it has a slightly higher back, which is good if you, I mean, the lower back, it looks amazing, but most of us are wearing a bra, so the higher back, personally for me, would be much more appealing. It's got these big patch pockets on the front, and then it's a gathered waistband, not elasticated, which is key because I'm not a big fan of the old elastic waistband, but a gathered waistband is totally fine. I mean, this is just great. It would look really lovely in something like linen, a rayon. You can make it even in a crepe and it would look kind of like as a sort of kind of going out sort of outfit. It would also look really nice, I thought, if you made the strappy version with a t-shirt underneath or a long sleeve top. Would look quite cute, kind of a bit 90s. It's just mega. I really love it. I think lots of people, I've kind of seen it popping up on Instagram already, lots of people making it. So I definitely think this is worth checking out if you feel like jumpsuits are for you. The other thing is it has a bust arch as well. I should point that out. Anyone who's got bigger, well, no, boobs, bust arch. Yeah, it's a goodie. I think everyone should make it. I also love the fabric that she's made it in, but that is a side note. Right, next up we have got the estuary skirt from So Liberated. This comes in sizes 8 to 30. This is UK sizes. It's available on the online shop. I popped this in because there aren't actually loads and loads of kind of skirt patterns aren't released a huge amount. And I really like this one because I think this could suit a lot of different sort of skill sets. So the skirt features, it's quite a simple construction. Sorry, itchy nose. It's got a simple waistband, gathered skirt, buttons down the front, patch pockets. So in terms of construction, apart from the buttonholes, and they're not difficult, it's just the quantity of them, it's a pretty simple make. So I would say if you are if you've made a couple of things, or even quite beginner friendly actually, I mean, yeah, probably beginner friendly. I just thought it was a bit of an all-rounder. I really like the shape of this. I think it's quite classic. I think you could wear this on a lot of like summer holidays. I think this would look amazing if you could find it in a really large scale gingham. I think it would look amazing, and you could do the pockets on the bias as well, just to kind of add a little bit of detail. Anyone who saw my Sew the Trends for summer, if you make this with really big buttons down the front, you're going to be bang on trend as well. So I think you can make it in loads of different fabrics. You can make it in cottons, linens. Again, if you wanted to do it with more drape, you could do it in a crepe or a viscose, which would give it a really different look. But I love the pictures that they've got because they're quite casual and sort of pop it on with a t-shirt. And yeah, I feel like this is a pattern that you get quite a lot of wear out of. It would be the sort of skirt that you pull out every summer and kind of, yeah, enjoy sewing with it, wearing it. Sorry, I'm having one of those weeks where life is not on my side this week, so I apologise if I'm a bit I keep forgetting my words, and anyway, so I'm going to plough on and hopefully not speak too much more garbage. So the next one we've got is the Costas top and dress from Itch to Stitch. This comes in sizes 8 to 22. It's available on the online shop. It also comes, which is like ding 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 jackpot, it comes with bust options, bust cups A to double D, which is amazing and really, really helpful for everyone, because we all, you know, everyone's boobs are different sizes. Saves a lot of fitting issues. I just think it's a really nice feature of a indie pattern. Right, this dress, I looked at it and I'm being brutally honest with you all, I was like, meh, it's quite nice. But when I started looking a bit closely at it, it's got some really nice details that I haven't seen in any other kind of indie patterns, this sort of dress style, and I think you could definitely learn some really nice new skills making this. It's a really pretty summer dress, and when I was like me, I just meant that it was like, yeah, it's a lovely summer dress, and Itch to Stitch always does like really nice kind of pretty stuff. So the thing that I really liked about it, so the pattern comes with, you can make it in a dress or a top. It comes with 2 different sleeves options, so you can either pick a, you can see on the dress that the bottom of the sleeve is elasticated, pulling it in, or you can leave it loose so it's more of a flared sleeve. It's a raglan cut as well, which is quite interesting on this sort of style of dress. But the thing that makes it, I think, quite interesting is that from the raglan you can see from the line drawing from here across to the back, this channel here is elasticated over the sleeve head. This I think is really interesting and really nice little detail, because it completely changes how the dress lies. It means that you're adding a bit of gathering, or like you're adding some excess around the sleeve, but it stops it from, because of the elastic, stops it from becoming like a kind of poof sleeve. It means that, I don't know about a lot of, some people I find quite a lot with woven dresses, I quite often have sort of issues, restrictive issues around here. Maybe I've got slightly wide shoulders, which means the elastic means that you can do lots of moving. What am I doing? I look like I'm doing like a really bad dance move, like a dad dance. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice one, and I think you could definitely get quite a lot of wear out of this dress. It's really pretty. I also think that you could extend it and make it a maxi dress. I think this would look amazing. So what I was, if it were me, and obviously it's not me, I would extend it to mid-calf, and then I would add a ruffle around the bottom, which would make it really bang on trend for this summer. And that shape around the neckline has that 90s feel as well. So I think, yeah, there's lots of things that you could do to make this kind of, well, add some extras if you wanted to it. Right, next up we have got the Regatta Dress from Alice & Co Patterns. This comes in sizes 6 to 22. It's available on the online shop. It's another really great summer dress, and it was kind of too good not to shoehorn in. So if you haven't come across Alice & Co before, they're a UK based indie pattern company. It's a mother and daughter team doing it, which I really like, because I definitely think the two different age groups bring something to the table. So yeah, I think it's quite clever actually. I really like their other patterns, so if you haven't seen them yet, go and check them out. But this dress was really interesting. So key features of the dress are, it's a big kind of, it looks like it's almost like a full circle on the skirt part of the dress. It's got quite big waist darts from the waist up to the bust point. It's also got this really interesting detail around the neckline, so that it looks like there is a the ribbon that you use to tie at the top of your shoulders feeds through the front of the dress, so that you get this sort of ruffle kind of gathering effect, which I think is really nice. I was a bit worried when I first looked at it before I saw the line drawings. I wasn't sure what the fit would be like around the bust, because if you're adding lots of gathering there, but the darts up from the waist to the bust means that you're still going to get it quite fitted with this quite interesting gathering around the front. It's got lovely tie details at the side, and there's lots of things I think that you could do to make this your own. You could have a really bright contrasting ribbon to tie up at the, see what I mean guys, I just can't get my words out. You could have a contrasting ribbon to tie at the shoulders, or you could use it in the, use the same colour fabric. But there's lots of cool things I think you could do with this. I think it would look great colour blocked. It's got these really big sort of dramatic patch pockets on the front. If you made this, you could totally make this have the patch pockets in a different colour if you wanted to kind of make it really fun. The lovely detail is the back is also as interesting as the front, and it's got button down details all the way down the back, and it's got a slightly kind of dropped and curved back. I never know what you say, it's not back neckline, that's definitely not the right, but you know what I mean, at the back. I'm sorry, I felt, yeah, I have actually, this is my second round of filming this, and I was just as talking garbage in the first round, so I think it's just a good day of garbage, so please forgive me. Right, so that's the Regatta Dress. Next up we have got the Victory Tank from Chalk and Notch. This comes in sizes 8 to 24. It comes with two different bust cups. It comes with bust cup A and B and C and D, which is great. I popped this in because I think this is, it's a really, really fantastic basic. The cut of this top is beautiful, and it's very simple and really kind of, yeah, it's just simple but really elegant. Anyone who has got a slight tummy, this is lovely because it just skims from your bust. It's slightly, ever so slightly flared. It's just a really flattering shape. I think this will look really good on most body types. The other thing that's really lovely about it is it's got slightly wider straps. That means your bra strap is covered. It's just really, really nice. The other thing that I thought was fantastic is it comes with a really lovely, interesting option, kind of second option. It comes with these two straps that kind of come from the centre front up into kind of up to your shoulder, which is a really simple kind of hack, well not hack, but it's a really simple extra, but it completely transforms the shape of the top. It's just, yeah, really, really love this. The other thing that's nice about it is that it has an option to have a little kind of keyhole in the back, which again, like, I think, what am I trying to say? It's really hard to do a basic beautifully and add in, and I just think Chalk and Notch have done this with this. I think there's so many lovely little details in it which elevate it from just a plain top to something a bit special. And yeah, I just think it's really nice. The way that it's cut around the armhole is perfect. I just think I would really recommend buying this. I think this is something that you would make time and time again. And again, it's one of those things that picking the fabric will completely transform the look of it. I can see from the samples that they've made, they definitely used drapier fabric, which I agree, I think is good. But I think you could totally do this in a cotton as well. Yeah, I just thought it was lovely. Right, next up we've got the Rosalie maxi dress from Experimental Space. This comes in sizes, oh, struggling with the size chart here. I don't know, is the honest answer. It's not on our page, which I will definitely go in and tweak and change. I'm not 100% sure of the sizes. It does come with, it tells me, it does come with different bust sizes, which is great. But I can't see what the sizing is on this, so sorry, take it back. UK 8 to UK 20. Again, this is garbage Kate talking. Yeah, so UK 8 to 20. I popped this in because I thought this was a really lovely, interesting summer dress. Again, a little bit like the Chalk and Notch one I was talking about. Quite simple, but really, there are nice little details in this that sort of elevate it. So, maxi dress. Key features are, it's got a panelled skirt at the front, it's got inseam, not inseam pockets, but sort of pockets, I can't remember what the technical term for this is, but it has pockets. It's got a side zip, which is quite unusual. You tend to only see the side zip in vintage dresses, so I think that's, if you've never done that before, you'll learn a new skill, how to put it into the side seam. The reason that it's in the side seam is because when you look at it at the back, it's got this really lovely keyhole detail at the centre back, which I think is really beautiful. I love this detail. I think it's really interesting. I haven't seen it on anything else, and it shows just a small amount of skin, but enough, not kind of too much. Bra straps covered, double tick from me, and it's got this lovely kind of shaped, it's kind of like almost in between a v-neck and a sweetheart neckline at the front, which I think is also really nice. It doesn't have any bust darts, but the gathering around the waist will mean that you don't need them. So yeah, I thought this was a really good one. Right, next and last but not least is the Cressida Jumpsuit from Sew Me Something. This comes in sizes 8 to 22. It's not available on the online shop yet, but we are getting it. I loved this as soon as I saw it. I think it's such a cool pattern. I love the sample as well that Jules has made and photographed what Jules is wearing in this. So it almost looks like a mixture of a really beautiful classic pair of pyjamas and a jumpsuit. put those together and you have the Cressida jumpsuit. Key features of the pattern are, it's got, does it have? Yes. So it's got a waist seam around the middle, which I really like because you can add shaping. It's got pockets, it's got a bust dart, it's got grown on sleeves, which is great. And there's loads of really lovely little details in it, and I love the sample that she's made with the piping. I think that's a really beautiful detail. I also really enjoy the pocket placket on the front, so it's a grown on placket, but I think that she's done it really cleverly by making this kind of really nice little slope at the bottom. If you can see at the bottom where it joins onto the sort of other side of the leg. I just think it's a really beautiful pattern, and I think again this one, because it's quite relaxed fit, it's going to suit a lot of body shapes, and I love how she styled it with Converse and a basket. I think it looks great. So yeah, I definitely think this could be a really nice one to embark on, and I think you'd learn some new skills making this. I think it would be definitely one that you'd need to make a toile of though, for sure. Now, I've said that was the last one, but I have got one more. I forgot. I'm sorry. This is part of the drivel of Kate today. So this is the final one, the Devonshire bra from Orange Lingerie. This comes in sizes A to double D cup, and band size is 32 to 40. It is not available on the online shop, but I thought this was really interesting. So this is the first bra that Orange Lingerie have done that it's called an uplift bra, so it kind of pushes up the boobs a little bit. I thought it was, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have probably tried one of her patterns before, because she's obviously one of the kind of most well-known lingerie pattern makers. It's your classic shape, so it's a two-piece cup on the bust. It's got all your standard things. It's got a seam at this kind of just past the cup. It's underwired. Obviously you're going to need all of your kind of lingerie bits and bobs for this. It's got kind of hook and eye proper bra fastening at the back, but if you make lingerie or want to make it, you know, that is part of the process, finding all of the kind of notions that you need. But I think this is a really lovely one, and anyone who's made bras before and wants to do one with a bit of uplift, because who doesn't need a little pushing up, I think this could be a really lovely one. Right, that is it from me. Have a lovely weekend, and I will be back soon with another video where I don't talk gibberish all the time. Bye!